Hello and welcome to another Tour Tuesday in Jurassic World Evolution. We're going to be looking at the Instagram-worthy before and after of my park on Pena. Actually, we're going to be looking at not just 2 Penas, but 3 Penas. All 3 parks are built in campaign mode, 2 of which during the actual campaign, and the last is me having sold everything on the island and starting anew. So yeah, that does mean that the park suffered storms. Hopefully, though, this will inspire you to tackle pesky little Pena for a creative build of your own. It's actually a fun island. But first, a message from our sponsor. Guys, what is this? If you've been watching and enjoying my videos, why leave it up to the YouTube algorithm to find my next video for you? Just hit the subscribe button to join the Evolution Square and ring the bell if you want to be part of the inner circle. Here we are in my campaign park for Pena. We are right by the entry point, and already you can see just how beautiful this park is.
Our weather forecast has been updated. Storm warning level has been raised.
Oh boy, and we just got a storm warning, so that's gonna happen. So let's get started with this tour before it all falls apart.
Please take cover until
Oh god. In this first tiny section, we have 2 power stations. We have the monorail, obviously, to take the guests to the next section of the park. To get a good star rating, you don't want to stick with just the paths over here. You really want to replace that with the monorail as soon as you can. That's going to help enormously with your transport rating, which is very important to get right on this island. Also important for this island is to maximize the use of space. That's a bit of a challenge. I think Pena's the hardest island, which is also why it's the ugliest of my campaign parks. It's getting dark as well. Here's where the monorail first lands. There's a storm defense station here. We all know those don't do much. We have the rangers over here. There's an exhibit behind here, a big ugly substation. I have no idea what's in here. It's been so long since I've been in this park. I've only done the campaign once, right at the very start when the game first launched. Here we have the wonkiest guest section ever. Look at this hump. Oh, thankfully it wasn't a twister. Look at these guys. Oh, look at that guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weather conditions have started to pass.
This is just some special pathing right here. This is the work of a crazy path lady for sure. Alright, a viewing tower. Let's see what it looks into. It looks into a goat exhibit. Something isn't happy. Something might be trying to break out. What's in here? Oh, there you go. What are you? Giga. Alright, that's a surprising pick. I honestly have no idea what's in this park. So we have guest facilities, we have, well, path going every which way the terrain dictates. A shelter. That's quite useful on this island. In here we have more goats. We have a lot of goats, wow. We really have a lot of goats. I think what was supposed to be in here is no longer in here, judging by the amount of goats. Might be that the Deinonychus were in here. Deinonychus are troublemakers on Pena. We have a goat wandering in the wild as well. Over here we go down into that little extra section. So this is where I just have some utility buildings. So this either research or fossils, I don't know. We have the ACU, another storm defense station. This was, you know, when I naively thought they actually did anything. We have the expedition center over here. Let's speed it up. Okay, so if guests want to continue to the biggest section of Pena, at least I think that's the biggest section, the final one, they hop onto the monorail again. And they go over these weird exhibits in between the 2 sections, which is relatively good use of space. You will see me do this as well in my other park, which I thought out a little bit better. Interestingly though, the other park is also just built in campaign mode, not in sandbox mode. So we're also dealing with power lines and all that sort of jazz. I thought that would be an interesting look for Tour Tuesday, something different. Over here we have a couple of ceratopsid. We have the toros and the Sinoceratops. Hello there. Viewing gallery. The monorail stops here. A hotel. I think this island only has and only needs 2. Here we have the 3 important buildings. The clothes shop, the arcade, and the restaurant. We have another facility building. I think this is research and the other one was fossils. So yeah, it is a very ugly, ugly park. Somehow though, it is 5 stars. That's very weird. I mean, look at this. It is so haphazardly strung together. And that's because when you're doing a park build during the campaign, my Cerrado boy, these are one of the best guys to have during campaign mode on an island that is tricky. The same goes for challenge mode. Cerrados are pretty chill. Look at the goat. Whee! Okay. I totally lost my train of thought. Oh, that's right. When you're building a campaign park, you know, you're working on completing the missions, so you add whatever dinosaurs the mission dictates. You add buildings according to the missions. So, for me at least, design isn't at the forefront. Oh, here's the Deinonychus. They're sharing the exhibit with the Metri. Interesting choice, interesting choice. Hello there. Yeah, so I don't really think too much about designing the park during campaign. And it shows, I think. It shows very, very much. But this is what my campaign park looks like. And I can't wait to show you what my revamp of this park is like. Because it's a lot better. We have more ceratopsid over here. I completely forgot about this exhibit. We have Diplodocus. I see a galley walking around. I get more notifications of things going wrong. So I should be leaving here shortly before it all falls apart. I'm gonna quickly go into map view. Oh, something is sick.
Potentially dangerous dinosaurs. You are upping the risk factor in the facilities.
Don't judge me, Owen. So here you can see these weird exhibits fiddling with the size. Are you done? Here you have everything strung together. We have something that is sick. Obviously, that is an issue during the campaign. We have 3 exhibits over here. 2 over here. No thanks, darling. This is very inefficient use of this space. This is a little bit better. I just said that I did the campaign only once. That's kind of a lie. I did it twice, but not fully. I completed it in full once. The second time I did the campaign, I stopped at Sorna at like the 3rd storm or something. I was like, I'm done. So I actually have 3 Penas in campaign mode, and I'll quickly show you how I fit everything you need in terms of these types of buildings into this section. So I'm going to show you that real quick before we go over to the pretty Pena. Wow, I nearly choked on the peas. Wait. Oh god, that's so bad. Anyway, pretty Pena. We're going to pretty Pena. But first, practical Pena number 2. God, first P, then number 2. What's wrong with me? Here we go. If we scroll all the way down here, we were in first game. Let's now go into second game. Here I stopped on Isla Sorna. Let's see what that's like. Alrighty, here we go. And we'll just hop over to Pena after that. So yeah, I nearly completed the campaign for a second time, but I abandoned it. I was like, storms, F it, I'm out. I'm out. Here you go, another 5-star Pena. Let's go. So this is my second attempt at Pena. And I think it already looks better. Whoa, Lord. Let's hop into capture mode. Hold on, let me get a good area view. So here you go. Here we have everything tucked into this one section on Pena. So we have the expedition. This looks to be fossil, research. We have the ACU, we have the rangers, and we have a power station, and even a little storm defense station. So you can fit all of those buildings in just this one section if you lay it out like this, apparently. I'm sure there are multiple ways to do this. Maybe there's even better ways to lay this out. But I think that worked pretty well. Over here we have 2 we might as well tour this park as well really quickly. 2 power stations, storm defense, and monorail, so that's the same as the other one. You can already see that, you know, it looks a lot cleaner. There's still messy paths like this because you have to work around the terrain constraints, so you have to place your buildings quite awkwardly. Here's a T-Rex. I dare to leave it here. Obviously you need it for the mission. Another Cerrado, so this is probably a mission dinosaur. Whoa, lordy. Same for the, oh no, I thought it was a Giga, but it's the Cerrado. Of course it's the Cerrado, it's in with another Cerrado. I'm speaking nonsense. There goes the monorail. Yeah, so it's better. It's not great, as you can see, but it's better. You know, marginally so, but still, I'm gonna say it was a step forward. Oh god, I hope the cursor was out of the way before. I'm really sorry if it wasn't. And here's the final section, and again, I think this is a little bit better laid out than the park we just been to. We have the 3 important buildings, but I had space for stuff like a bar and a gift shop, but you don't technically need those for a 5-star rating. Some brackies. It's fun times over here, guys. Fun times. This is the exhibit that you basically get at the start. And I section off like this tiny area over here for 2 dinosaurs that are just completely nonplussed. They don't care what size the exhibit is. They're fine. They're cool. Some sauropods in here. I don't know what's in here. Oh, this is still the sauropod exhibit. Hello, beautiful, against the night sky. Who's a sleepy boy? Alright, so now that we've had a look at both of my ugly Penas, my practical ugly Penas, let's go to my pretty Pena and show you how it can also be done. But, you know, for your campaign, I'd recommend doing this, because it's really a space saver if you don't have to use any of those buildings over here. Okay, pretty Pena, up next. Alright, here we are on the 3rd Pena, so you guys are getting 3 Penas for the price of 1. We are right at the entry point over here. I did my little monorail mall structure thing, which I like doing. You know, it's not perfect, but I'll show you. This one is a lot better. So what I did to build this park was I took one of my campaign parks that we visited previously, and I just sold every single dinosaur, deleted every single building, every inch of path, and I started anew. So I started fresh. Obviously, when you do that, you have tons of cash, so you don't have to worry about that. You just have to be mindful that you still have to add power lines, power stations. You need a ranger team because storms do still rip through here, and you gotta fix that when that happens. So again, this is the starting section. Didn't place any power stations here, unlike what I did during my campaign playthrough. I added some guest buildings, so this is like a welcome area. But of course, again, the monorail station, and we're gonna follow that very speedily. You can see the power lines crisscrossing underneath the track. The monorail station is being fixed after a storm has come through, but oh, here you go. It's open for business now. Smoke is just blowing away in the wind. So guests arrive here at this main section, which is some paths surrounding a central exhibit. We have, what's that, Proceratosaurus and Metricanthosaurus. The path goes all the way around. We have a tour over here. Viewing gallery on either side. A restaurant. Clothes shop. Let's go like this. So here, the path just goes all the way around this elongated exhibit at the center. Ooh, my guests like it. We have plenty of ways for guests to look into this enclosure. There's an arcade, you know, just guest facility stuff. Oh lord, that was really fast. We have a bowling alley. We're just gonna go back to where we came from and actually go up here. Here you go, we have a nice promenade going up. And a hotel at the very top. And more guest facilities. Now, to get a 5-star rating, you don't actually need that many dinosaurs on Pena, but you do need good transport rating. And for good transport rating, it just means that you also need buildings in the right places. And this is what I did. It's just an entire guest section, this part of the park. We're gonna go back down. We're gonna go see some more dinosaurs. Don't worry, we do have more dinosaurs. The Jeep is hauling ass over there. Look at him go. Let's follow the Jeep. The Jeep is going into the exhibit with the tour. Now, this is the awkward exhibit between the two sections. So this terrain is really unusual for pretty much anything other than an exhibit, but it's just wide enough to be functional for the dinosaurs. Oh, we have shield on Pena. That's why you gotta build on Pena, man. That's one of the reasons why. And this is actually a pretty nice looking exhibit. I mean, look at this. This is nice. And the tour goes through, so they get a nice view of the ocean and of the dinosaurs as well. We have the beautiful iguanodon wandering around here. I love the iguanodon. So this is where guests come through. On the other side, there's just a viewing platform looking into this exhibit. Look at her. She's enthralled. Oh, multiple people just spawned into existence. So this is the view they have from here. And it's actually kind of cool when the monorail travels over. Let's go to where the guests land, actually. In the... here you go. So they arrive here. Over here is just, you know, the stuff you need to keep a park running. So we have all sorts of buildings. Actually, don't think I needed this. What is this? I don't think I needed that because it's not a campaign playthrough park, so I didn't need to do research or anything. So I probably just added it to actually fill space. That's right, people. I added stuff just to fill space on Pena. Here we have a nice little exhibit. I don't know why there are goats in my Struthiomimus exhibit, but there are goats in my Struthiomimus exhibit. I mean, aren't they theorized to be omnivores? Maybe that's it. So we have a viewing gallery looking into that. And the path over here, leading up to a hotel, and then it goes to the left. Now, this is a little bit of a weird section, but, you know, it literally points the way. It's Illuminati confirmed or just a big arrow pointing the way. And here we have another nice guest section with all of the amenities the guests need to be happy. We even fit in an innovation center, because really you don't need many dinosaurs to get that 5-star rating, so just focus on buildings, making it pretty. This is actually the park I used for my 5 tips series for all of the maps available in the game, so you can check out that video as well. I give 5 tips on what you can do with Pena. So this is the only exhibit in this section, and it's pretty big. It has a tour going through. We have Diplodocus over here, one of my favorite sauropods. Suchomimus. I hear Troodon because this park predates the Compies. My first instinct was that I heard Compies, but that couldn't be. We have Big Dreadnoughtus on Tiny Pena. You know, and by having tours go through, it's a really good way to let guests look into exhibits without needing a lot of buildings, without needing a lot of viewing galleries, viewing platforms, all that stuff. And actually, I think the power lines give an interesting, realistic look to the park. Now, if you've been paying attention, which I know you... Oh, look at it. It looks so fun. Oh, she's all by herself, poor thing. Didn't even bring a book or anything. Now, we skipped one section, so we're going to go back. We're actually going to go back very fast. So here we go. We are back in the sort of central part of the park. And where we could go up on one side, we can go down on the other side. Here you go. So we have another nice path down, lined with trees. Very decorative, very elegant, very luxurious. Here we are, and then we come down into this section with sort of a path design leaf motif into this public square. And even the exhibit itself over here is shaped like a leaf, and we have an Anki, I see a Nodo, Crichtonsaurus. Oh, look at this cute guy. He looks so happy. I'm so happy for you, Podocanthus, obviously. Viewing gallery looking into it. More guest buildings. And all that good stuff. Alright, so let's fly up and show the layout of this park. Here you go, so you see the nice sort of staircase going all the way up to the hotel over there. With the elongated exhibit in the center. So that's the entrance area with our monorail mall. Let's speed this up a little bit. And this is the final section with just 2 exhibits. 1 incubation lab, hatchery, ACU, rangers, power station. Looks like we have only 1 power station powering this entire park. So that's also a good tip if you're just going for a pretty park on Pena. You want to challenge yourself by not turning on the creative settings in Sandbox, but just doing it the way you would in campaign mode. You only need 1 power station. That's blowing my mind at the moment, not gonna lie, because there are a lot of buildings. Obviously, it's a big power station with all of the upgrades applied. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good-looking Pena. Complete with Innovation Center. Let's hop into map view. Here you go, 5 stars. Only 26 dinosaurs, but you only need a rating of 2,000, which is peanuts. Here you only need 8 species, so that's just how easy it is. Shut up, Isaac. Let's, I was gonna go into map view, so here we go. Map view. Oh, no. Sorry about that. We have some things offline. Ah, that's how I did it with power. I deactivated stuff that I didn't need at the moment. So while I was building, I had stuff like the Innovation Center it's all coming back to me now. I had stuff like the Innovation Center and the hotel deactivated to save on power. So I could power the hatchery and the ACU. And as soon as the park was open for business, I just switched those 2 up. So I turned these guys off because I didn't need them anymore. And turned the rest on, and that's how you manage with just 1 power station on Pena. Now I hope that you enjoyed seeing these 3 variants of Pena, my 2 campaign playthrough parks and this redesign of Pena. And what I really hope for you to take away from this is that Pena is actually a pretty cool island. If you know, can look past the storms and such and the pretty restrictive amount of space you have available. But I hope that you can take some inspiration from this and see that Pena is a cool island to build on. It's a fun challenge to tackle every once in a while, and I hope that you give Pena a chance. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. Just wash your hands afterwards. Again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, enjoy the game.